guys, finally here, the Sony Xperia XZ Premium. Now I have been waiting for this phone for so long. It was announced way back in February 2017 and it is finally here in June 2017. So I bought this phone yesterday and I thought I'd do a review of this phone. And I do believe that the Xperia XZ Premium is the best phone you can buy in 2017. And the Xperia XZ Premium, which I have, is a dual SIM variant. So that may vary from country to country. Anyways, a quick glance over the specifications here. 19 megapixel motion eye camera with 960 fps slow-mo video capture, 13 megapixel front facing camera with autofocus, 5.5 inch 4K HDR display. This display, man, is amazing. USB type C port, 3230 mAh battery, monster Qualcomm Snapdragon 835 with 4 gigabytes of RAM, 64 gigabytes of internal memory, and you can expand that using a micro SD card slot. And this phone is IP65-68 certified, so it is water resistant up to 1.5 meters in fresh water. And it does support VoLTE and 4G LTE band. You get a Qualcomm Quick Charge 3.0 charger inside this box. Alright guys, so let's get to the good part. Let's do the unboxing. And this video is gonna be an unboxing video slash a quick review, hands-on experience. I will also do an in-depth review of this phone, which will come later on because I need to try this phone out to give you guys a proper review. So you can see black box, and this is the luminous chrome version, so you get that awesome mirror finish. There's a screen protector stuck on here, which I will remove in just a moment. Man, this phone feels absolutely amazing in hands. Quick size comparison with my Xperia XZ. So this thing is slightly bigger. And you do get Gorilla Glass on the front as well as the back. And if you can see here, it shows that this SIM card tray is a hybrid SIM tray, so you can either use dual SIMs or you can use a single SIM plus a memory card. And you do get USB type C, Gorilla Glass on front and the back. And let me tell you guys, the phone feels absolutely amazing. So let me just keep this aside and show you what you get inside the box. So inside the box, like I said, you get a Qualcomm Quick Charge 3.0 charger. This one also supports Pump Express 2.0. That's related to MediaTek. You get in-ear headphones. This is the MH750 model. The same headphones you get with other Sony Xperia phones like the XZ. Extra earbuds and a clip. Inside here we get a couple of documentations, startup guide, we don't need that, and you get a USB type C cable. So here comes the best part. Wow. Alright, time for the rear protector to come off. Look at that, guys, you get a vanity mirror free with your phone. How about that? And you can see me over here. Hi guys. Anyways, you can see the Xperia logo. The NFC has moved to the back. And let me tell you guys, it feels absolutely amazing. Very solid phone to hold in your hands. So let me give you guys a quick tour of the phone. So on the front side, obviously you get that huge 5.5 inch 4K HDR display. You get stereo speakers, front facing camera, proximity sensor, and a notification LED. And I really don't mind bezels, guys, because I like to hold my phone like this, especially when I'm watching movies. I usually grab my phone onto like this. So because this thing has stereo speakers, the sound doesn't get blocked, and I would really hate to have the speakers on the bottom side of the phone. So if you're holding your phone like this, these stereo speakers don't get blocked. And also I like to take pictures like this, so that's another plus point on this phone. You get a dedicated camera shutter button. So let's continue the phone tour. On the bottom you get a microphone and the USB Type-C, and I really like how Sony has paid attention to details over here, and you can look at this design, how it loops around the whole body. So on the left hand side we get the SIM card tray. It just pops out like this. On the back you get the RGB IC sensor, you get laser autofocus, and there's your flash, the 19 megapixel motion eye camera with 960 fps slow-mo capture. On the right hand side you get a two-stage camera shutter button. A volume rocker is on the top over here, and the power button, which also houses the fingerprint sensor. So unlocking the Xperia phone is very easy. You just press the button, keep your finger like this, and it gets unlocked. Now there are slight changes compared to the original Xperia XZ. The volume rocker was down here on the Xperia XZ. It has moved on to the top over here. You can see what I'm talking about. Lastly, on the top side we get a headphone jack, Fruit Company take note, and we also get a secondary noise cancellation microphone. And for the most part this phone is made up of glass. The front is Gorilla Glass 5 and the back side is also Gorilla Glass 5. You can see how much of a fingerprint magnet this thing is. You'll probably need to invest in a cleaning cloth or a screen protector on the front and the back. Now the bottom and the top is made up of metal, but the sides of this phone is made up of a hybrid nylon material. That is for absorbing the shock in case you drop your phone onto its side. No, it does not feel cheap at all. It feels as if you're holding onto phone made up of metal. So I really don't mind the nylon sides of this phone. Feels absolutely premium. Anyways guys, all said and done, I will not be too much worried about scuffs and scratches on this phone because this is Gorilla Glass 5 and I have not been using any screen protector on my Xperia XZ, and you can still see there are absolutely no scratches on the screen of the Xperia XZ. And yeah, I have dropped my Xperia XZ twice. There's a little scuff mark over here and there's a little scuff mark over here, and Sony phones are pretty solid, so I will not be too much worried about this one. So I thought it would be interesting to show you guys how to insert the SIM card and the SD card. So you pull this tray out like this, and there's another SIM card tray inside the phone. See if I can release it. So there you go. And keep in mind guys, it goes in like this, not like this. So take a look. Let's insert the SIM card. Slide it inside just like it came out. And since this is a dual SIM phone, you can insert a second SIM into this tray, but I will be using my micro SD card, and I think the image is a little bit out of focus. So you fix the memory card like this, and then you just slide it in the phone. Just like this, and now you can turn the phone on. So I'm gonna set this phone up and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so here we are on the lock screen. You can see Sony's own custom clock, Sony's traditional clock, Android clock, and the analog clock. I like the Sony clock better. And you get the camera shortcut, swipe up to launch camera, and here we have Google's voice assistant. So all you gotta do to unlock this thing is to swipe up, or you can keep your or you can tap your finger onto the fingerprint sensor and it'll unlock instantly. So here we are on the desktop. You swipe to your left to get to Google Now. Swipe to the right, get different home screens. You can disable Google Now, by the way. Go to the settings and you can disable it. And let me see how much bloatware Sony is giving with this phone. So you get Asphalt Nitro, AVG protection, Facebook, LifeLog, Sony LIV. You get Play Music, which I will not be using. The Sony's own music application is awesome. So I do recommend that you use the Sony's own music application and not Google Play Music. So you also get Modern Combat 5, you get Midnight Pool, you get Movie Creator. So I think that's it. Not much bloatware on this phone, and the best part is you can disable these applications if you don't want to use them. So I will not be using these. You can just go ahead and disable them. Now you can see there will be much less bloatware on your phone. So I think that's it. And you do get the Xperia Lounge, which some of you might want to disable. So all you need to do is long press this and disable it. So let's go ahead and see what's the Android version on this phone. So you guys can see the Xperia XZ Premium is running 7.1.1 Android Nougat out of the box. I really like what Sony has done with their UI. It's very minimalistic, it's very simple, and it's very close to stock Android, and I think that's one of the reasons how Sony is able to achieve the top performance of this phone. You can edit these icons, by the way, just by pressing this icon over here. So let's quickly go to display settings and see what all options we get. So you go to display, you get different settings. So I've set it to super vivid mode, which just blows up all the colors. Standard mode and professional mode. I do recommend that you keep on professional mode. You get that sRGB color gamut. You can change the display size, make it small, and these black bars will also become small. But for this video I'm going to keep it on default so that the font size remains legible on the camera. Again, you can change the font. And what I can tell, there is no double tap to wake. So here is my Xperia XZ. You can see there is an option which says tap to wake up, which is not there on the Xperia XZ Premium. Surprising, but it doesn't matter to me because I've never used double tap to wake, but I can see people using this method to wake their phone up, and unfortunately it is not there on the Xperia XZ Premium. Not sure what Sony is doing these days. So let's go to sound. Go to audio settings. You get DSEEHX, you get clear audio plus, you get sound effects, you get Sony's clear bass, which is I think pretty cool. Alright guys, so I'm gonna try and play this 4K HDR video. This is the Xperia demo video which comes preloaded in the phone. So what I've done is I've copied this video onto my Xperia XZ. The display on the Xperia XZ Premium is set to triluminous standard mode. So here we go, and hopefully you guys will be able to tell the difference, because there is a difference over here. These colors over here pop more, and generally this 4K display looks much better. And if you take a look at this scene, especially over here, you can see there are much more details if you compare it to this display, but really it's very hard to tell on the camera. You just have to look very close into this display to see if there is any difference. but really you have to look very hard to tell the difference between these displays. They all look amazing. Alright, so let me do a quick speaker test. The speakers are very loud and the sound is crystal clear. And I can clearly tell this is much louder than my Xperia XZ. So let me just... Sounds amazing. Now this is probably one of the only phones which I have come across which allow you to set the YouTube video quality in 4K. So you can see 216p is selected. So let me do a quick camera test. So there are two ways you can launch the camera, and you can double tap the power button, or you can long press the shutter button to launch the camera, and you can see how quickly the camera launches. Just a fraction of a second and you're in the camera. So by default it is set to this superior auto mode. 17 megapixel resolution is selected at the moment. Predictive capture is turned on. It'll capture 3 pictures and you can select the best one out of that. But if you want more control over your camera, switch to manual mode, and here you have the different options, like you can manually set the focus, you can change the shutter speed, although I would like to see more than 1 second exposure on this thing, and change the white balance. I like to keep it on auto. You get an option to change the ISO, HDR, metering mode. Again, my preferred option for metering mode is touch. You can touch and it will focus over there and set the metering mode. And change the volume key to zoom or shutter. And yes, you do get an option to record in 4K. Steady shot is also available in 4K. And the best part about this phone is this 960 fps video capture, and this is flickering due to my LED lights up there, but outside it remains rock solid, and I'll shoot some videos and I'll put it in my full review. But yeah, the camera itself is pretty good. Lock the focus like this. So let me just check the picture quality. And I will put this picture link and I will put this full resolution picture link down in the video description, and I will shoot more pictures in my full review. Stay tuned for that. So guys, here we are. I'm running Antutu Benchmark on this thing before I install all my applications, so we'll get an idea on how this phone performs. And the best part is that this phone is getting only slightly warm. Meanwhile, if we run Antutu Benchmark on my Xperia XZ, it gets pretty hot from over here. Meanwhile, this phone is just barely warm. It is slightly more warmer here, but overall it feels cold to touch. I really like what Sony has done with the thermals of this phone. It's running pretty darn cool. So we wait for this thing to finish. Hey guys, so here we are. This is the score I'm getting. So this is the out of box score. I haven't charged this phone, I haven't downloaded any applications. I think this score will increase once the phone has finished building its cache. So here we are. And also I would like to point out that the display is indeed running in 1080p mode. So here you can see the resolution is set to 1080p, and I think this is pretty clever. This has been done to save battery power, because rendering in 4K, rendering the Android UI in 4K will definitely drain the battery a lot faster. So I think guys, that's it for this video. I will do a full review of this phone very soon. I need to spend some time with this phone right now. Need to customize this thing, and I will, as time passes by, I will link more pictures down in the video description, and do stay tuned for my full review of the Sony XZ Premium. So thank you guys for watching this video, and do stay tuned for more videos like these. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comment section down below. I'm more than happy to answer you guys. So thank you guys for watching, and do stay tuned for more videos like these, and I'll see you guys next time.